Russell Brand. Well, well, well. It appears the chickens have come back to roost. Charged with rape and sexual assault. I remember when he was doing like his whole like political pivot and he was trying to be like a left winger. I immediately didn't like him because of like the sort of rhetoric he used to try to pull people in. The bro wanted to be like a fucking like cult leader. Was not a big fan about this, but crazy. If I recall correctly, all the dipshits at like I find it really funny that all the dipshits at like Revolutionary Blackout Network or Black Network, Blackout Network are the ones talking about this, despite the fact that they were big fans initially of Russell Brand, because he said all the things that titillated their fucking dumb fuck brains. Guys, it's almost as if just like dumb fuck populism's sake for the sake of dumb fuck populism is actually a really bad form of analysis. But you know, my dunking on of the sort of collection of morons that make up this network aside, also Brandt's got a response to all this. We know he was a sex addict, right? That's why he just does his whole like Jesus thing. He became like religious or whatever. What do we got? What do we got?
Hello. Firstly, thank you for these incredible and overwhelming messages of support. We're very fortunate in a way to live in a time where there's so little trust in the British government. We're very fortunate, I suppose, that this is happening at a time where we know that the law has become a kind of weapon to be...
I figured. He does this all the fucking time. He loves to fucking just obfuscate and just be like, oh, it's all lawfare bullshit. It's all like bullshit conspiracy against me. Woe is me. I can't believe I did a bunch of sexual assault. You know, so I'm sorry. Oh, I can't believe I raped some women, even though there's been like testimony by like his victims. But you know, we have to do the stupid obfuscation bullshit because he's a fucking disinformation peddler first and foremost. Yeah, whatever. Same fucking bullshit as always.
Used against people, institutions, and sometimes entire nations that will not accept and tolerate levels of corruption that are unprecedented. I'm speaking particularly to those of you that are watching this in the UK.
Buddy, you got fucking caught being a sexual abuser, man. Like, you even admitted yourself that you're a sex addict. There's old interviews about this. But now you want to do the song and dance obfuscation, like, don't look at the other thing, look at me, the clown who's dancing. Stupid.
Hey, how do you feel about your legal system right now? How do you feel about some of the high-profile cases that are not being pursued and prosecuted? How do you feel that the Southport murders were handled? How do you feel about the...
Who cares about any of that? You're just saying all this stuff because you want to obfuscate from the fact that you are a fucking rapist. And you've admitted to this before, that you have problems with sexual addiction. Like, come on, man. But you want to obfuscate it and make it a grander conspiracy theory, because that's his fucking shtick, because he wants to be a fucking cult leader.
Government of Keir Starmer. Now, that's just sort of general context. I've always told you guys that when I was young and single, before I had my wife and family, who were just out of shot over there, my beautiful children, I was a fool, man. I was a fool before I lived in the light of the Lord. I was a drug addict, a sex addict, and an imbecile. But what I never was a rapist.
Where's the testimonies? Also, Brandt. Sex. Like he didn't he go to fucking rehab for this shit? Didn't he go to rehab for this or something? Well, this isn't talking about sexual addiction. What is the? I want to see the who brought the witness testimony about this, right? Of course, he's gonna deny the rape allegations. Russell Brand rape allegations. All right. Who did it? Who said it? I want to see the testimonies. 2 accounts of sexual assault, say police. Here it is in The Guardian. Dedicated team of investigators available to email support on charity rape crisis. Department Superintendent Andy Furpy from the Metropolitan Police, who's leading the investigation. The women who have made the reports continue to receive support from specially trained officers. I don't think... Yeah, they're probably not going to say who the women were. I just want to see, like, what were their reports? They might not say to protect them, which in that case is reasonable. The Channel 4 investigation found no evidence that staff were aware of accusations about the comedian actor contained in the Dispatches program. BBC review, which was published in January, found a number of people felt unable to raise concerns about the presenter. So because he's a famous, comedian and actor, people can't do that. Yeah, and the Dispatches program, four women alleged assaults had taken place between 2006 and 2013, a period in which Brand was working for BBC and Channel 4, as well as starring in Hollywood films. What's the Dispatches program? Oh, it's a TV show. So he was a part of it. Current affairs documentary on Channel 4. Okay, so it's a documentary. Let's see if I do a quick... Russell Brand in plain sight. Accused by one woman of rape. Well, that's where it is. Oh, so it was a documentary that is the one who brought it to light. I see. Okay. So it was a documentary that was the whole thing that brought it to light after the women came to them and talked about it after doing investigations about this. I see. Okay. Unfortunately, since we're not going to necessarily know, it becomes like a whole he said, she said type situation. Russell Brandt's obviously going to deny this. He can't deny the drug addiction / sex addiction stuff because he's talked about it before in interviews. Kind of difficult to deny that shit because he's already talked about it and he went to rehab for it. However, he can deny that he's a fucking rapist and do stupid fucking obfuscation. It's a, standard practice of what a lot of these, motherfuckers tend to do when faced with allegations that they sexually assaulted someone. So, there was a documentary that happened that exposed him, that had the testimonies of, I presume, 4 anonymous women who remained under anonymity because, hey, guess what? They don't want to get, potentially harmed because of backlash or repercussions or whatever. Because, something, patriarchy, something, yada, yada. We know the shtick, right? But he's going to obfuscate and just talk more about, how, the government of Keir Starmer's trying to persecute, humbled me for probably being a rapist. Gotcha.
I've never engaged in non-consensual activity. I pray that you can see that by looking in my eyes. I want to thank all...
Really? Come on. Now I'm even more convinced that he fucking raped 4 women. That just convinces me even more. Like I said before, he has the cadence of a cult leader. And I noticed this immediately when he started making videos. It's all this fucking, cult shit. He called his, fucking audience his little luminaries going down along the rabbit hole of discovery. He wants to purely feed people off of that parasociality and stuff. I think he did it. I'm gonna say he probably raped them in some way. He sexually assaulted them. And again, buddy, if you have rhetoric like that to try to defend yourself, you're only convincing me more and more that, oh, he did it. He definitely did it.
All of you for your continuing support.
Okay.
I want to let you know that our show will be on Rumble on Monday. Thanks for your support there.
Self-plug, of course.
And of course, I'm now going to have the opportunity to defend these charges in court, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. In the meantime, you lot, stay free, and we will be continuing to discuss this matter. Praise the Lord.
Sure, man. Yeah, unfortunately, Skeptomaniac, it's kind of understandable that this guy is testing your belief in reformative prison. Because, again, like, he literally went to... He went to rehab. He did go to rehab, right? That's what it's supposed to do, is help you reform and be more sort of more justice to society. But, you know, he's got his little cult following on Rumble, and, you know, he wants his... He wants to put out his fucking slop content for the slop gods. That's really all there is to it. I'm like more convinced than ever that he fucking raped those 4 women. He definitely did it. There's no way he didn't.